Oh, is it time for Spotty Cat then, is it, Sue? Hey, Wooshka, see ya.
Hey,
Wooshka,
see you later,
absolute star. Okay then,
Lots
it's
of
time
love.
for Spotty Cat. So let's make me into a human, and now let's get into this. So, Sue, I'll point that way without my thumb. Let's see how well we get. Basically, what I've got here to begin with is a selection of Bagley Deco glass from the 1930s, and I've got some fabulous bits. These three came from Sartori in Pembroke Dock. They were £2 each. It's absolutely absurd. Look how beautiful this one is, and most beautiful fruit bowls, and so deco, so absolutely deco. And this one here, which is just a form. It's just, these were £2 each. They're about 1995 years old, and I suppose they're fruit bowls really. And then the next bit of glass, which might be my favourite, although the pink one is so unusual in form. I love the foot on that. The one I love because I love red pressed glass, and you don't see, yeah, look at that. Now this is, again, pre-war. It's absolutely beautiful. It's on the little chrome base, which they also did in the 50s, but that's very classic 1930s and pre-Second World War, and that is just beautiful. It is so, so beautiful. All of those bits, all of those 4 bits, absolutely stunning. And just so we can bring the tone down, I couldn't resist this. How can you not have that? For a start, it was only 50 pence, but I think we've all got times when we've had the guilty Jaffa cake secret, and this is empty. Like I always say, if we have a money box on or a biscuit tin, they're always empty. Anyway, the next thing was a 1, 2, 3 that I got. You know, as I say, in the Cat's Protection in Brecon, they have 3 for £1 on a table. Well, the one thing I actually wanted was this, which again is a bit of pressed glass, but it's a bit older than the coloured bits. I think it's Victorian. It's what I would call a carafe glass, quite heavy, 3-part mould pressed glass. It's a beautiful glass to hold and drink out of, and again, that's probably 120-year-old, something like that. And then I had to choose another 2 things. Well, the one thing I picked up is this, which, to tell you the God's honest truth, I actually don't know what it's for. It's got a hole in the bottom, it's got bits on there so it doesn't scratch anything. I wondered for a while if it was for a phone or something like that, but I thought it'd make the most adorable planter. Put some sedums in that, and it's got a hole in the bottom. And the next thing is a design classic. And it really is. This is British made underneath, so probably 50s, 60s, maybe 70s. Hasn't everyone got a salt cellar like that? I've got 2 of those in my house, but this is a bit older. It's white Bakelite top, and as I say, British made before we exported pollution and slave labour, and they just work so well. And I think I'm going to swap that for one of the red tops I've got in my house. And the next thing is specific to Pembroke Dock. Now I hope you can read all of that, but basically it's an ashtray for an investments group, but it's port services, instrumentation systems designs, offshore services, and it was a Pembroke Dock firm, and they are in the dockyard Pembroke Dock. I love the telephone Pembroke 2271, and then it's got a telex afterwards. You young people won't know what telexes are. Anyway, that was 50 pence. So far we haven't come across anything that's more than £2, and I think the very last thing then we're going to put on is this, which also came from Pembroke Dock, and isn't that just charming? This is at the very latest, this is about 1925, 1926. It's either Bavarian or German porcelain. Somewhere on it, and I'm not going to try and find it too much, it's got a press number on. Let's get you to look at the back as well. But isn't that just kitschy, adorable? And that's going to sit on my shelf. I'm going to have to build some more shelves soon. Anyway, this is landed, by the way. I think I forgot to say that. So we're off on tour at the festival again, and we're going to do this into 2 parts. And if you've been watching, thank you ever so much, and love to all of you. And cheerio. See you next time, which will be in a moment.